EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Ready to get us started, it's Cade York, and this one is underway here on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. This is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The Cardinals had a struggling 3-13 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And that'll be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Hunt is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Geno now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing now is Geno. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. 1st down. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And Smith here, an audible at the line. On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 5. Now Smith. This ball caught by McIntosh. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Here's the give to McIntosh. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Smith now to throw. Able to find the open man. 2 yards. And the Seahawks respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team. And what he's got him in, complete. A huge play there for Arizona, and even 40 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They come into top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
7-7, our score after 1. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 on the Seahawks' 23-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray going for it all. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Murray. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. And let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Tyler Lockett. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up the 3rd down.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Smith. Has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll run with McIntosh. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. To throw is Smith. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. D. Eskridge with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Murray off play action. He'll find more on the comeback route. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
Showtime! Let's make some noise!
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A quick throw out to Lockett. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Smith. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Smith throwing again. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. And this is McIntosh. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 24 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Smith. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The York on now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Cardinals 7. York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
After the interception, here's Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit. Found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Could be it. This could be the turning point. Woo! Woo!
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Come on, guys. Let's make a play here. Keep it up. Good ball.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Julian Love. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 1st down, Smith. And this is a quick slant to Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. There's Charbonnet once again. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got, does the big boy have the juice? And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Now back onto the field comes the Cardinal offense, and they're going to try for 2. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Smith. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Gino now to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now Gino on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown! A great effort there. 29 yards. And the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
York now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Cardinals 13. York to kick off.
New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Take over the 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
That was it. That's how you win games.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Hunt will try going up the middle. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he goes out right around the 39. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Murray to Moore for the Cardinal first.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you...
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter play. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Murray's got to have this one. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Julian Love picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
They'll run on first down. McIntosh. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Seattle.
Smith going to move him around. Throwing now is Geno. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Smith now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked by Julian Love. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Smith on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Charbonnet is in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. An option handoff given to Connor. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Murray. Steps away. He's going to let it fly. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Arizona. 64 yards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try to run with Hunt. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Prater for the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, it's Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the victory here for Seattle, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.